In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on August 18, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Milwaukee Brewers versus Chicago Cubs, Game 1. Baseball heads back to the north side on Monday when the Milwaukee Brewers roll into Wrigley Field for a tilt with the Chicago Cubs. Milwaukee gives the ball to Freddie Peralta, who has spent the summer carving lineups. His 14-5 record tops the majors, and in his last 2 outings, he's allowed only 7 hits and a single run across 11 innings. The lone misstep came earlier this year in Chicago, where the Cubs tagged him for 5 runs in 4 frames. That version of the Cubs was mashing. The current one is ice cold, managing just 15 runs and a .199 average over its past 6 games. Numbers put up against the Blue Jays and Pirates, 2 staffs that lag well behind Milwaukee's. Cade Horton counters for the Cubs. The rookie right-hander has been lights out over his last 5 starts, tossing 28.1 innings with only 11 hits and 1 earned run allowed, a massive turnaround from the 5.47 earned run average he carried through June. Monday's assignment is his stiffest yet, as he faces a Brewers lineup that has piled up 51 runs and a .304 average across its last 6 contests, vaulting into second place league-wide in both batting and scoring. Both bullpens are reliable and post near-identical season numbers, but with Milwaukee swinging this hot, I'm not eager to fade its sticks. As our first pick for this matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. These clubs slugged their way over the total in 3 straight meetings earlier this year, averaging 12.3 runs a game. A playoff-style atmosphere, though, often tilts the edge back toward the arms, especially when multiple relievers shuffle through and upset hitters' timing. Chicago's lineup has produced 4 runs or fewer in 7 straight, and Milwaukee just logged its first 2-run effort since July 25th. With both offenses cooling and quality pitchers lined up on all sides, I'm leaning below the number. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Blue Jays versus Pittsburgh Pirates. Toronto heads to PNC Park on Monday night sitting at 73-52, while Pittsburgh checks in at 52-72. This opener kicks off a 3-game interleague set, and with the series tied, the Jays will look to jump in front right away. The Pirates just wrapped up a hard-fought weekend with the Cubs, but their bats never quite woke up enough to claim the series. They've been solid in their own yard at 34-29, yet Toronto has held its own on the road, splitting 62 games down the middle at 31-31. The Jays have piled up 20 runs over their last 3 contests and now draw Paul Skeens, who's been tagged for 4 earned in 2 of his past 3 outings. Kevin Gausman gets the nod for Toronto. He's surrendered 2 earned or fewer in 4 of his last 5 trips to the hill. Skeens might have the higher ceiling, but counting on this Pittsburgh lineup to cash in feels risky. As our first pick for this matchup, the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. Totals bettors should note the trend lines. Toronto has cashed the under in 3 of its last 5, and Pittsburgh has finished below the number in 2 straight. The Jays crank out 4.93 runs a night, 4.56 when they're on the road, and they hit righties at a .269 clip, but they're staring at a youngster who's yielded just 1 run over his last 5 home starts. The Pirates scraped together 3.52 runs per game overall and 3.86 at home, batting .237 versus right-handed pitching. And they're up against a starter who's allowed only 3 runs across his last 3 road turns. Looks like runs could be at a premium here. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Louis Cardinals versus Miami Marlins. The new week kicks off in Miami with the Cardinals dropping by Lone Depot Park to start a 3-game set against the Marlins on Monday night. Both clubs are looking to build momentum in a tight National League race, and the opener could set the tone for the entire series. Miami hasn't exactly torched left-handed pitching this season, yet Matthew Liberatore has a history of curing cold bats. Whenever he's on the bump, opposing hitters seem to snap out of funks, and his past outings against the Fish are no exception. On the flip side, rookie fireballer Yuri Perez has been a different animal at home, flashing dominant stuff and keeping the ball in the yard. Given that contrast, there's some sneaky value riding with the home side. As our first pick for this matchup, the Miami Marlins money line is our full game side pick. St. Louis games have leaned slightly above the total overall, but their offense and pitching splits tighten up on the road, averaging a shade over 9 combined runs. Miami's attack rarely explodes, especially in its own park, and Perez tends to dictate a slower pace. With both lineups hovering near league average production and 2 starters capable of working deep, a low-scoring contest feels more likely than a shootout. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston Astros versus Detroit Tigers. The Astros swing into Comerica Park on Monday to open a fresh set with the Tigers, a clash that could shape the American League pecking order down the stretch. These clubs have split their last 10 meetings right down the middle, and the intrigue only grows when you consider they're both chasing October dreams. Dig a little deeper, and you'll see Detroit has held serve in its own yard, winning 2 of the last 3 matchups here despite dropping the most recent series in Houston earlier this season. With the Tigers looking to make a statement on their turf and the Astros aiming to keep momentum, the opener feels like a coin flip, one I'm siding toward the home side to steal. As our first pick for this matchup, the Detroit Tigers money line is our full game side pick. Even though both teams generally lean on sturdy pitching, Monday's starters bring earned run averages north of 4 to the party, and the total has cashed over in 6 of the past 10 head-to-head tilts. Houston games have trended high lately as well, 6 overs, 3 unders, and a push in their last 10, while the offense has piled up 20 runs in the club's last 4 road contests. Detroit's recent track record points the same way, 6 overs in 10 outings, fueled in part by allowing 4.5 runs a night. With those numbers stacking up, expecting a scoreboard-friendly affair makes plenty of sense. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Seattle Mariners versus Philadelphia Phillies. The interleague schedule brings Seattle to South Philly on Monday night, where the Mariners and Phillies open a 3-game set at Citizens Bank Park. It's the first meeting between these clubs this season, and a good early barometer for both as the calendar edges toward September. Seattle just dropped that neutral site game in Williamsport, yet the short hop to Philadelphia means fatigue shouldn't factor in. The bigger storyline is Ranger Suarez's recent wobble. The lefty hasn't had his usual bite, and the Mariners' bats have warmed up enough to take advantage despite a few bumps along the way. With Logan Gilbert on the hill and the lineup trending upward, I'm backing the visitors to strike first in this series. As our first pick for this matchup, the Seattle Mariners money line is our full game side pick. Both starters carry some shaky split lines. Gilbert owns a 4.86 earned run average and 1.38 WHIP over 7 road turns, while Suarez shows a 4.47 ERA at home and has allowed opponents to hit .269 against him in this park. Offensively, each club is swinging it well in August. Seattle sports a .724 OPS, good for a mid-pack tie, and Philadelphia sits one notch higher at .730. Their last 10 head-to-head games have leaned over more often than not, and the numbers say this one could follow suit. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.